Test, test, test. Test, test.
Good morning and welcome to the live coverage of the Air Force Falcons and Mercy Horse Lakers matchup. We have sprinting for the Lakers, number 11, Schumann, and sprinting for the Falcons, number 15, Stedman. This is Air Force's last game of their tournament, hosted here at home, looking to go undefeated. And the sprint is underway. Josh Stedman coming up with the ball for Air Force, putting them on the first attack. Air Force moving in to set up on their half-court offense. Andrew Hamilton making a move into set. Ball's passed up top between lefty Brad Duncan and Ben Rogers at point. Ball swung around to Josh Stedman. Josh Stedman enters the ball. Andrew Hamilton, strong turn, shot over the cage. Lakers on the counterattack. Matt Cody passes the ball up. Ball moves up the left-hander side to number 14, Isaac Oglobin. Ball gets moved around to the right-hander side. Number 3 faking in, takes a shot over the cage. That was Brett Lumen with the shot over the cage. Caleb Guarino in goal for the Falcons. Passes it up to Ben Rogers on the right-hand side. Ball goes down, Andrew Hamilton. Hamilton gets the ball back up to the right-hander flat. Ball moves around, overpass intended for Josh Stedman. Stedman resets the offense, grabbing the ball. Don Vicino in set for the Falcons. Rogers draws ordinary foul outside 5, passes it into Don Vicino. Can't find the ball for his move. Lakers back on the counterattack.
Mercyhurst on the attack, ball thrown up the right side of the pool in the hands of number 14, Isaac Oglobin, the senior from Madrid. Oglobin throws to Lumen. Lumen to McDonald. McDonald with the ball, throws to Showman. Showman back to McDonald. The Spaniard working in 2 meters. Good defense by Stedman. Back to Showman. Showman back in. Oglobin makes the move and scores, putting the Lakers up by 1 with 6:28 to go in the first quarter. Good strong move by the Spaniards. Secondary entry pass by Showman. Able to make some offense happen here early for the Lakers. Air Force will look to answer here on their after goal play. Ball goes back to Guarino. Sophomore goalie looking for the outlet pass. Vicino driving across. Ball goes to Duncan. The left-handed senior moving in with the ball. Crosses to Johnson. Johnson back to Duncan. Duncan and Johnson working together. Ball back to Duncan. Duncan takes the shot, and Coate comes up with the save for the Lakers. Quick outlet pass to Lumen, the senior from Ancaster, Ontario. Ball goes to Showman. Showman with the shot tipped by Guarino. Ball bounces off the post. Air Force save by Caleb Guarino. Air Force on the attack. Ball outlet from Guarino to Vicino. Vicino to Rogers. Rogers walking in, takes the shot, and tipped out of bounds by Matt Coate.
That's a new shot clock for the Falcons as they set up on offense with Andrew Hamilton mixing it up in set. James Johnson in the left-hander's position, passing it up to Brad Duncan. Duncan faking in the ball, crossing the ball to Josh Stedman on the right-hander side of the pool. Stedman looking to get the ordinary foul, passes it off to Ben Rogers at point. Rogers shot at point, ricochet into the set. Lakers control it. Mercyhurst on the counterattack. Air Force has the numbers on defense. Ball gets crossed to the right-hander side. He fakes up. Number 2, Alex Strong, passes the ball up to Schumann at point. Swings it around to number 12 on left-hander side. He fakes in, looking to set up their set man, guarded by Ben Rogers. Ball gets crossed to the right-hander side. Skip shot, and controlled by Caleb Guarino, knocked out of play. New 30 seconds for the Lakers. Ball gets passed up around up top, goes to point. Number 12, Klinger at point. Mixing it up in set. Ball gets around to number 8, Colin McDonald. McDonald fakes it in, passes the ball off to Schumann. Schumann passes the ball back up to point. Ball is entered on the right-hand side. Ordinary foul. Movement on the Lakers side on offense. Right-handed shot, man left open, number 8, Colin McDonald gets the goal. Assist from number 5, Danilo Svorkin.
You know, probably a little too much help there into 2 meters from Stedman. Left the open cross pass, and Mercyhurst able to get the quick shot and goal off. There's just not a whole lot Guarino could do. That's a little too much cage for him to cover right there on that pass.
Absolutely. Guarino was focused on the set position. He did not know that another man on Mercyhurst Lakers was open, wide open on the right-hand side of the game.
Air Force will look to answer here, looking to shrink Mercyhurst's lead with 4:34 remaining in the first period. Guarino holding the ball for the Falcons while they set up on their after goal. Mix up in 2 meters, ejection called. That's number 11, Garrett Showman on the exclusion. Air Force will have a 20-second man advantage. Ball goes to Carr on the left-hander's side, up to Stiefel. Stiefel and Carr working together. Carr moving it in, looking for the overpass. Ball to Santala. Santala back over to Stiefel. Stiefel to Carr. Carr looking, Carr to Stiefel. Stiefel to Womack. Womack with the shot and blocked by Coate. Ball tipped out of bounds. Great save controlled by Mercyhurst. Mercyhurst on the attack. Ball up the right side of the pool to Klinger. Klinger down to Strong. Strong looking for the outlet pass. Santala in guarding 2 meters for the Falcons. Dave Matulis working in 2 meters for the Lakers. Ball back to Strong. Strong with the entry pass. Matulis makes the move. Can't quite get the shot off. Looking to tip it out. Looking to knock that ball out back to his man. Ball intercepted by Stiefel. Air Force on the attack. Guarino with the outlet pass to Carr. The sophomore lefty moving the ball up the pool. Passes to Santala. Junior number 3, Petar Jakovic working in 2 meters for the Falcons. Stiefel with the ball draws the ordinary foul. Crosses to Santala. Santala attacking in, working with Kamai. Back to Santala. Defense coming, back to Kamai. Kamai with the shot, tipped out of bounds by number 14, Josh Oglobin. Mercyhurst on the attack.
Mercyhurst moving the ball up quickly. Ordinary foul caused by Zach Kamai. Ball gets moved around onto the left-handed side of the pool to number 2, Alex Strong. Strong moves the ball up as number 9, Dave Matulis, mixing it up in set, guarded by Andy Santala. Strong faking in at point. Shot and a block and control by Caleb Guarino. Guarino holds the ball as Air Force goes on the counterattack. Air Force pushing up the pool as Guarino looks for an outlet pass. He finds Andy Santala on the left-hand side of the pool as he moves the ball up. Ball cross to the left-hander, Landon Carr. Ball set down in left-hander's position, where Zach Kamai looks to make a pass inside. He moves it back up to Carr. Carr moves in from point, taking the ball in. Shot by Carr and it's tipped out of bounds by a goalie, number 1, Matt Coate. Air Force new 30 seconds on the clock, setting up an offense. Petar Jakovic and Shet. Jakovic sets up on the 4-5 side. Ball moves around. Kevin Womack up top, passes to Zach Kamai, draws an ordinary foul. Kamai back up to Womack at point. Womack shot low, enough to make Cody with a save and control Mercyhurst on the counterattack.
Coate with the outlet pass to Oglobin. The Spaniard moving the ball up from the backcourt, giving his offense a chance to set up. Ball goes to Lumen. Lumen takes the shot. Guarino controls the ball. Guarino makes the big save. Air Force controls the ball. Lumen ejected on the after goal after the shot was taken. Looks like there was some shoving going on. Air Force takes a timeout looking to capitalize on this man-up opportunity. The score is Mercyhurst 2, Air Force 0, with 1:45 remaining in the first period. Air Force looking like this can be a quick timeout. At least put their starters back in. Quick line change. Hopefully they'll be able to get a quick goal here.
Keep it up, Caleb.
Really cannot say enough about sophomore goalkeeper Caleb Guarino. He's been playing fantastically this entire weekend, making saves left and right today. He is definitely keeping the Falcons in this game early on. Falcons on the attack. Johnson with the ball at 1, attacking in. Ball crosses to Duncan. Duncan over to Hamilton.
Yeah!
Hamilton with the goal near side. Number 14, Andrew Hamilton, shortens the Lakers' lead to 1 with the score. Air Force 1, Mercyhurst 2, 1:32 remaining in the first period. Mercyhurst will look to answer here on their after goal.
Yes, Ed.
Ball goes back to McDonald. McDonald swimming the ball up as the offense sets up. Ball over to Showman. Showman draws the ordinary. Working in 2 meters for the Lakers is Dave Matulis. Being guarded by Ben Rogers. Rogers doing a great job guarding 2 meters today. Ball thrown all the way over to Klinger. Klinger draws the ordinary. Hamilton is dropped back into 2 meters for the Falcons. Ball to Showman, another ordinary.
Shoot it.
Shot taken by Showman, field blocked by Rogers, lands in the lap of Andrew Hamilton. Falcons on the attack.
Air Force moving in, has momentum off their man-up goal. Ball gets forwarded up to Andrew Hamilton on the right-hander side of the pool. Hamilton moves in for a shot. Shot skipped low, controlled by Cote. Mercyhurst back on the counterattack. Air Force has control on defense as 3 hats move back. Ball's moved up the pool by Colin McDonald on the left-hander side. McDonald slowly moving the ball up as Mercyhurst looks to set up in the last 40 seconds of the first quarter. Ball moves to point. Schumann draws an ordinary foul on Jance Johnson. Ball moves around to the right-handed side as there's a post up by number 3, Brent Lumond. Ball stolen away by Andrew Hamilton. Up on the counterattack, Josh Stedman looking back for the ball. Stedman gets the ball, moves in, on the counter, skip low, right into the arm of Matt Cote. Stedman had a little more time, but he put himself on the far post. Didn't have enough goal to shoot at. Number 12, Rob Klinger, holding the ball in the last 6 seconds of the quarter. Passes over to Schumann. Schumann winding up for a shot. Wide of the cage. The score is 2-1 with Falcons trailing by 1 to the Mercyhurst Lakers.
Same situation we've seen in the other 2 games this tournament. Air Force doing a great job generating offense, getting shots off, just unable to find the back of the net today. And a lot of that has to do with Mercyhurst goalie, number 1, Matt Cote, the senior out of Stafford, Virginia, who's doing a great job in between the cage, making some great blocks, keeping the Falcons from scoring.
Absolutely. It's been a recurring trend for the Falcons to come out slower in games, and they pick themselves up around second or third quarter. Falling down by 2, the Mercyhurst Lakers, who came out strong with a vengeance about something. But let's see if the Falcons can answer back in the second quarter.
I think a lot of the Falcons' success in the second half has to do with their conditioning. They work very hard all season long to make sure that they are one of the best conditioned teams in the NCAA, and it really shows in the second half of games, and especially up here at altitude. The Falcons just seem to be a step ahead of their opponents in the third and fourth quarters of the games. Hopefully that'll help them out in today's game. Going into the second period here, the score is Mercyhurst 2, Air Force 1. Both teams lining up for the sprint. In the pool to sprint for the Falcons, junior number 5, Jance Johnson. Sprinting for Mercyhurst will be number 2, Alex Strong, the junior from Long Beach, California. And the sprint is underway. Johnson wins the sprint for the Falcons. Ball thrown back to Rogers. Falcons on the attack. Rogers to Duncan. Duncan looking for the quick entry to Vicino. Unable to find it. Overpass recovered by Johnson. Thrown back to Rogers. Defense closing in. Ball pass back to Johnson, who enters the ball to Hamilton. Hamilton makes the big move and scores for the Falcons. That is his second goal of the game. puts the Falcons all tied up with 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Andrew Hamilton, the sleeping giant for the Falcons, hasn't been making much of an impact for the first two games, but it looks like here he's looking to make a statement. It was a solid move sealing off his defender, then a strong right-handed turn to the inside, ends up with a goal.
Absolutely. You have to wonder if there's some sort of grudge between Hamilton and the Mercyhurst team. Hamilton is from Pennsylvania, the only player on the Air Force team from Pennsylvania. This Mercyhurst team being located out of Erie, you have to wonder if that's a part of it. Duncan makes a steal for the Falcons. Air Force back on the attack.
Air Force with the momentum off a goal from Andrew Hamilton as they set up on offense. Gorino holding the ball, forwarding it up to Ben Rogers, who waits up at point. Ball gets down to the left-hander, Brad Duncan. Duncan draws an ordinary foul. Ball gets thrown to the other side of the pool, down in the wing. We find Johnson passes, ball stolen away by number 3, Brett Lumen. Lumen pushes up the ball on the other side of the pool. Falcons didn't look too good in that offensive series. To see if they can whip themselves back into shape in this defense. Ball pushed up the pool by number 14, Isaac Oglobin. Ball gets pushed down to the wing, then up to number 8. They're working for their center man. Shot from the outside, skip off the crossbar. Falcons back on the counterattack. Caleb Gorino looking for an outlet pass. He finds Johnson on the left-hander side of the pool. Pushing the ball up. He goes in the middle. Ben Rogers all alone. Shot and off the crossbar. It's a tip. New 30 seconds for the Air Force Falcons. Starting off a new 30 seconds of an offensive series is Brad Duncan. Forwards it up to point. A little bit of an overpass to Ben Rogers. Rogers brings the ball back up into their side of the offensive court. Ball gets down to steady, all the pressure from Oglobin. Rogers moves in, man dropped, gets the ball down to Vicino. Vicino shot, and it's a goal! Skip right over the shoulder, number 1, Matt Cody. Great shot by Dom Vicino from the right-hander wing.
Great shot by Vicino. Great to see him finding the back of the net finally. He had a lot of shots yesterday that were real close, tips out of bounds, field blocks, near misses off the post. Great to see him finding the back of the net because the Falcons really need his shot out there to generate the offense that they're used to generating. Score is Air Force 3, Mercyhurst 2 with 5:53 remaining in the second period. Falcons with a line change as Mercyhurst starts off this possession. McDonald with the ball, throws to Oglobin. The Spaniard driving in as he gives the ball to Showman. Showman walking in again, looking for the Spaniard on the inside. Ball goes in, and ordinary foul. Santala doing a great job guarding the Spaniard, who's still working inside. Santala still playing a great job. Spaniard looking to throw the ball to himself, throws the ball a little too far. Ball undercalled, Air Force on the attack. Oglobin doing a great job working, unable to finish the move there. Ball thrown to Santala, ordinary foul called. Falcons are up on the counterattack, ball thrown to Kamai. Kamai looking to enter. Enters the ball to Womack. Womack draws the exclusion on number 5's Danilo Zvorkan, the senior out of Belgrade, Serbia. Air Force with the 22nd man advantage at 5:14 here in the second quarter. Ball goes to Carr.
Good movement.
Carr up to Santala. Santala to Womack. Womack over to Stiefel. Back to Womack. Over to Santala. Into Carr. Carr moving in, looking for the entry pass. All the way over to Stiefel. Ball thrown long, out of the pool. That is a turnover for the Falcons. Mercyhurst on the attack.
Bad pass by Landon Carr puts the Falcons back on defense. Ball pushed up the pool by number 9. Passes the ball off to the Lakers. He didn't see it. Landon Carr making up for a bad pass. Steals the ball. Air Force on the counterattack. Falcons pushing down the pool on offense.
Carr more than making up for that bad entry pass with a big steal right there. Puts the Falcons back on offense. Kamai pushing the ball up the pool for the Falcons. Jakovic driving in. Ball over to Stiefel. Back to Kamai. Kamai looking for the entry pass. Throws it into Jakovic. Jakovic makes the move. Ball undercalled for the Falcons. Questionable call there, but Mercyhurst on the attack. Showman crosses the ball to the right-hander side of the pool. Number 2, Alex Strong. Strong with the ball, looking for someone to make the pass to. Passes to Oglobin. In 2 meters for the Lakers. Number 9, Dave Matulis, the sophomore out of Loveland, Ohio, being guarded by Zach Kamai. Showman draws the ordinary. Way outside, Showman looking for the off-speed shot. Guarino makes the block, tips off the post, controlled by the Falcons. Air Force on the attack. Guarino with the ball, passes up to Carr. Carr looking to slow things down a little bit for the Falcons on this offensive possession. Ball thrown to Kamai, back to Carr.
Look where Kevin's at.
Kamai with the ball, looking for Womack in 2 meters. Womack working, being guarded by number 11, Garrett Showman. Ball set to Womack. Womack makes the turn, makes the move. Can't get the finish, holding on to the ball. Showman able to make the block. Gets his arm as he makes his move. Mercyhurst on the attack. Mercyhurst with the timeout at 3:15. 3:15 remaining in the second period. Score is Air Force 3, Mercyhurst 2. Mercyhurst using a full timeout here. Looking to give their guys a chance to catch their breath, perhaps shorten this lead, bring us back into a tie ball game.
Couldn't call an under on that one.
This crowd here very unhappy with the officiating this morning. Both teams at full strength, 3:15 remaining in the second period. Air Force currently leading the Lakers by 1 goal, score 3-2. Mercyhurst with the offensive advantage here on the attack. Ball will start at Matt Coate, the goalie. Ball thrown to Showman. In 2 meters, the Serbian working for the Lakers, being guarded by number 2, Riley Klinger. Klinger given a lot of time to walk in and take the shot. Ball tipped out of bounds. Air Force on the attack. Exclusion called in the backcourt. Danilo Svorkan, the senior out of Serbia, ejected in the backcourt. Air Force with a 22nd man advantage. Ball thrown to Duncan. Duncan over to Vicino. Back to Duncan. Duncan and Vicino working together. Ball over to 1, thrown to Johnson. Johnson attacking in, crossed all the way to Duncan. Duncan looking for the inside pass, not there. Vicino gets his arm yanked by Alex Strong. Looks to make a little hold, giving Stedman a chance to recover the ball. Called for the offensive foul. Lakers on the advantage, on the attack, excuse me. Ball thrown to Showman, down line to Strong. Strong looking for the Spaniard in 2 meters. Hamilton is there with the drop. Vicino guarding for the Falcons. Posting up now for the Lakers is number 9, Dave Matulis. Shot taken from the perimeter by Klinger. Ricochets off the post, controlled by Guarino. Air Force on the advantage.
Air Force moving down. Ball forwarded from Guarino down to Josh Stedman. He pulls it up on the right-handed side of the pool. Steady faking in. Quinlan in setting up for him. Shot by Josh Stedman right over the goalie's right shoulder. Stedman's got a gun.
Great look away. Stedman faking. Looked off towards the right side. Goalie looked with him, and Stedman shot right over the goalie's shoulder. Great shot, puts the Falcons up by 2, 4-2 with 1:56 remaining in the second period. Line change for the Falcons. Falcons doing a good job keeping a fresh line of bodies in the pool at all times. Definitely will give them an advantage going into the second half as this Mercyhurst team gets more and more tired up at altitude. Ball thrown to Showman. Down line to Strong. In 2 meters for the Lancers. Working is number 9, Dave Matulis, being guarded by Rogers. Rogers once again doing a great job guarding. Klinger with the shot, walking in. Back over to Strong. Strong looking for his 2-meter man. Enters to Matulis. Matulis back out to Strong. Strong takes the shot, knocked out of bounds by Guarino. Another great block by the sophomore goalkeeper. Mercyhurst retains possession. The 1:27 to go in the half. Ball thrown to Showman. Matulis still working in 2 meters. Ball again into Matulis. Matulis makes a power move. Rogers excluded. 22nd man advantage for the Lakers. 1:15 to go in the half. Ball thrown to Klinger. Klinger over to Lumen, back to Klinger. Over to Strong, over to Showman. Running an offensive shift here. Klinger with the ball. Lumen looking in, looking for the inside pass. Overthrown, out of bounds. Air Force on the attack. 58 seconds to go in the half. Both teams at 4 strength. Air Force leading the Mercyhurst Lakers by 2. Rogers swimming the ball up the right side of the pool, giving the Falcons a chance to slow things down on offense. Enters the ball to Womack. Womack makes the big move, gets the shot off, doesn't quite get it far enough. He got his arm grabbed as he made the shot. Save made by Matt Coate. Lakers on the attack. Ball up the right side of the pool. Klinger with the ball. 29 seconds remaining in the half. Ball across to Lumen. Matulis again working in 2 meters, guarded by Rogers. Ball thrown to Strong on the right side. Showman now in 2 meters. Strong takes the shot. Great shot, upper corner, but blocked out of bounds by Guarino. Mercyhurst will retain possession with 16 seconds remaining in the half. And referee timeout here will give Rogers a chance to put his cap back on. Air Force playing great defense this half, but definitely not to overlook the performance of sophomore goalkeeper Caleb Guarino. He's been outstanding in the cage this morning, making some key saves that are keeping the Falcons ahead in this game. Ball working all the way around to Showman for the Lakers. Back to Strong. In 2 meters is Raul Ariza. Entry pass goes long. Guarino recovers, takes the shot at the end of the quarter, and that's the end of the first half. Air Force currently up, leading the Mercyhurst Lakers 4-2.
Air Force answering back strong after going down by 2 in the first quarter, coming back to go up by 2 in the second. Let's see if they can enter the second half the same way that they ended it.
Both teams taking full advantage of every second of halftime here, getting ready to go into the second half of the matchup between the Air Force Academy Falcons and the Mercyhurst Lakers. Air Force currently leading the Lakers 4-2 at the end of the first half. Both teams getting back into the water now, looking to start the second half.
Sprinting for the Lakers is number 3, Stephen Bint. And for the Falcons, it's number 3, Brett Luman. Sprinting for the Falcons is Jance Johnson, number 5. Sprint is underway. Ball is entered, and it's Luman who comes up with it. Mercyhurst on the first attack of the second half. Forwarding up the ball, number 8, Colin McDonald, passes it over to Schumann. Down to the left-hander's wing is number 2, Alex Strong. Strong fakes it and gets it into his set man, but it's stolen away by Don Vecino. Caleb Guarino controls the ball, forwards it up for Air Force counterattack.
Great defensive by Rogers there. Ball came in. He controlled his man until the ball came in, put both hands up. Vecino able to make the steal. Falcons on the attack. Stedman with the ball working at the left-hander's flat position. Ball thrown to Rogers. Hamilton working in 2 meters. Back to Stedman. Back to Rogers. Ejection called on 11. Stedman being dunked after the play. Stedman steps in. Defense comes on his head. Vecino get the ball. Back to Vecino. Vecino attacking in. Crosses to Duncan. Duncan looking in. Throws to Johnson. Johnson to Stedman. Stedman takes the shot. Playing pinball there. Shot blocked by number 8, Colin McDonald. Lands in the lap. Number 2, Alex Strong. Lakers on the attack. Excuse me. Strong with the ball. Swimming up the backcourt for the Lakers, giving him a chance to slow down and set up on offense. Ball thrown to Showman. Showman looking for Svorkan in 2 meters. Svorkan being guarded by Rogers. Back. Exclusion called on number 15, Josh Stedman. Mix up on the perimeter there will give the Lakers a 22nd man advantage. Strong with the ball. Throws to the Spaniard. Spaniard to Showman. Showman throws over to Luman. Luman throws the inside pass to McDonald. McDonald's with the redirect. Goal for the Lakers. Number 8, Colin McDonald's, a senior out of Lindsay, Ontario. Shortens the Falcons' lead to 1 with 6:28 in the third quarter. Air Force 4, Mercyhurst 3.
Great 6-on-5 play by Mercyhurst, setting it up right away on the ejection. Finding the open man on the post and the backhanded tip for the shot in the goal. Guarino holds the ball as the Air Force Falcons set up on offense. Guarino forwards the ball up to left-hander Brad Duncan. Duncan sees Stedman setting up and set. Stedman draws the ejection. Stedman forwards the ball back out. It's a ball under.
That is Svorkan's 3rd ejection of the game. He will not be allowed to return into the game at this point. Coming in for Svorkan, number 9, Dave Matulis. Lakers on the attack. Ball back up to Matulis. Matulis looking. Ball intended for Howe. Thrown behind him. Stolen by number 17, Dom Vecino. Falcons on the attack. 5:44 remaining in the third period. Guarino with the ball makes the outlet pass to Johnson up the right side of the pool. Johnson looking for Stedman, throws the ball to Duncan. Back to Johnson. Back to Duncan. Both of them working. Entry pass thrown to Stedman. Stedman controls it, gets the shot off. Great move by Stedman. Stedman finds the back of the net. Middle of 4 Mercyhurst defenders. Stedman bobbles the ball, comes up with it, takes the shot. Great goal under the arm of goalie number 1, Matt Coate. Puts the Falcons back up by 2 with 5:25 remaining in the third quarter. Great move by Stedman. That's the kind of play we expect to see from the returning All-American.
It's Josh Stedman, number 15, in the middle of 4 Mercyhurst White Hats, able to come up with the ball and the goal. Mercyhurst looks to answer back on offense and after goal. Ball put down to the left-hander's wing, looking to put into set where number 9, Dave Matula, set up. Ball shot from outside, Schumann, but it's off the crossbar and out of play. Guarino controls the ball as Air Force goes on the counterattack. Air Force has the numbers. Ball gets forwarded up on the right-hand side of the pool by Andy Santala. Santala brings the ball inside. Ball gets put back up to point where Zach Kamai is waiting for it. Down to Petar Djokovic. Too high of a pass for him. Turnover for Air Force, and Mercer's back on the counterattack.
Great look, Kamai trying to find Djokovic there. Pass thrown a little too high. Mercyhurst on the attack. McDonald with the ball at the left side of the pool for the Lakers. Ball thrown to Strong. Strong slowing things down, throws it to the Spaniard. Spaniard throws it to Showman. Ordinary foul on the perimeter. Djokovic back to help in 2 meters.
He's going to shoot it,
Matulis working in 2 meters for the Lakers. Shot taken by Showman. Guarino with another great save. Falcons on the attack. Guarino holding the ball, looking for an outlet pass. 4:15 remaining in the third period. Guarino finds Santala on the left side of the pool. Santala throws to Kamai. Kamai back to Santala. Santala looking in, trying to find Djokovic, working in 2 meters. Kamai walking in, breaks down the goalie, takes the shot. Goal number 16, Zach Kamai. Kamai was able to walk the ball all the way into the 5-meter line, takes the shot, extends the Falcons' lead to 3, putting the Falcons up 6-3 with 4:01 remaining in the third period.
Good, comfortable, strong shot by Zach Kamai, faking in from point, bringing it in inside 5 meters, making the shot pass number 1 for Mercyhurst, Matt Coates. Mercyhurst back on an attack in the after goal, looking to get in their center, number 9, Dave Matulis. Down on the left-hander's wings, number 12, Rob Klinger. He passes it in. Ball mishandled and it's totally taken away by Petar Djokovic. Caleb Guarino with the ball as the Falcons go back on the counter. Ball gets forwarded up to the left-hander side of the pool with Landon Carr. Landon Carr pushing the ball up, looking middle to Zach Kamai. Another shot attempt. Kamai passes over Landon Carr. Landon Carr looking to cover his shooter. Gets back. It's a turnover by Air Force. Number 2 for the Lakers, Alex Strong, takes the ball up down the pool. Back to number 15, Jack Howe. Ball up top with O'Globin. O'Globin looking for their set man, number 9, Dave Matulis. Ejection on the left-hander's position on Robbie Stiefel puts the Lakers on a man-up advantage. Lakers looking to set it up in the power play. Ball gets swung around to the right-hander's side, up to O'Globin, down to the left-hander's position. Mercyhurst have good ball movement in their man-up. Shot from the outside by O'Globin, hits upper right corner, right past Caleb Guarino.
Freshman Robbie Stiefel getting a little too excited on the perimeter. Grabbed the back of the head of the offensive man. Ejection called, ends up costing the Falcons a goal. Defensively, gives Mercyhurst a chance. Mercyhurst back within 2. A great shot by the Spaniard, number 14, Isaac O'Globin. 2:47 remaining in the third period. Another line change for the Falcons. Guarino will control the ball for Air Force while the Falcons set up their after goal play. Quinlan driving across the middle for the Falcons. Ball goes down to Duncan. Back to Vecino. Vecino looking, enters the ball to Hamilton. Hamilton with a great shot. That's his 3rd of the day. Scores for the Falcons. Great quick shot in set. Picks the ball up, shoots it right over the head of number 1, Matt Coate. Extends the Falcons' lead back to 3. That is his 3rd goal of the game. Puts the Falcons back up by 3. Score is 7-4 Air Force with 2:30 remaining in the third period.
It's a quick answer back by the starting lineup. Number 10 on Mercyhurst. Excuse me, it looks like a cap change. Ball gets forwarded down to the left-hander's wing, and there's ejection on the drive. Looks like Johnson's out. 22nd man advantage for Mercyhurst Lakers. Mercyhurst swings the ball around. Up top, number 2, Alex Strong, passes over to number 8, Colin McDonald. Ball goes down on the wing, back up to McDonald. Strong setting up for a shot in the right-hand side. Stedman in between them both, splitting defensively. Ball down the left-hander's wing, tries to pass over. Ball stolen away by Dom Vecino. Dom Vecino on the counterattack. Man-up advantage, stolen away by number 3, Brett Lumon. Lumon bringing the ball back up for an offensive series. He fakes, and a shot right over the left-hand shoulder of number 1 for the Falcons. Caleb Guarino puts the Lakers within 2.
Great shot by Brett Lumen. Not a whole lot Garino was going to be able to do about that. The shot was hard, right over Garino's shoulder. Puts Mercyhurst back within 2 with 1:43 remaining in the third period. The score is Air Force 7, Mercyhurst 5. Falcons hopefully will be able to answer back quickly on this after goal play. They were able to answer very quickly last time. They'll look to repeat that performance right now. Garino with the ball for the Falcons. Ball thrown up to Stedman. Johnson, Hamilton running a pick and inside. Stedman moving into the middle. Defense coming. Stedman gives the ball up to Vecino. Vecino looking for Hamilton. Takes the shot. Blocked by number 1, Matt Coate. Low shot, strong shot. Coate made an excellent block. Lakers on the attack. 1:15 remaining in the quarter. McDonald with the ball for the Lakers, swimming the ball up the pool. Working in 2 meters, Isaac O'Globin, the senior from Madrid, Spain, working against number 15, Josh Stedman.
Run it.
Stedman doing a great job maintaining in front.
Don't let it get there. Press no foul.
Ball entered. Stedman comes up with a big steal for the Falcons. Great recognition by the returning All-American. Stedman with the ball for the Falcons. 46 seconds remaining in the quarter. Stedman swimming the ball up the left side of the pool, looking to find a teammate to pass to. Duncan working in the middle. Stedman takes the shot, fired right over the shoulder of goalie number 1, Matt Coate. Stedman scores for the Falcons. Extends the Falcons' lead to 3 once again with 37 seconds remaining in the quarter. Air Force 8, Mercyhurst 5.
That's Josh Stedman with the seal down in defense at 2 meters. Forwards the ball up the pool slowly, calm, collected, legs in around 7 meters, puts a shot right over the shoulder, number 1, Matt Coate for Mercyhurst Lakers. Mercyhurst down by 3, 8-5. As Mercyhurst sets up again for another offensive series after goal. Number 8, Colin McDonald mixing up in set. Double post from number 3, Brett Lumon on the other side. Isolation with Lumon. Ball gets put down to him. He's moved out of its post position by Kevin Womack. Great defense by Kevin Womack. Foul on the outside. Controlled shot by Caleb Garino off the ordinary foul and shot.
Great secondary block by Garino. He got the tip. Ball kept dribbling. Garino was able to make the second block, keeping the ball out of the cage for the Falcons. Santala with draws the ordinary foul on the left side of the pool, crosses the ball to Carr. Carr to Womack. Womack fires the shot, knocked out of bounds by Matt Coate. Blazing fast shot by Womack, knocked out of bounds. That will be a new possession for the Falcons with 4 seconds remaining in the quarter. Carr driving on the opposite side of the pool, ball crossed. Carr takes the shot in heavy traffic, just barely blocked by Matt Coate. Great block by Coate. End of the third quarter. Score is Air Force 8, Mercyhurst 5, going into the 4th and final quarter of regulation play. Great teams playing both defense this afternoon. Both goalies having outstanding games. Garino, again, he's been playing fantastic all weekend for the Falcons, making great blocks left and right, definitely a big contributing factor to the low-scoring performance of Mercyhurst in the first 3 quarters. Going into the 4th and final quarter of regulation, Air Force leads Mercyhurst 8-5. Into sprint for the Falcons is number 6, Robbie Stiefel. freshman driver in to challenge him for the Lakers is number 3, Brett Lumen, senior out of Ancaster, Ontario.
Go, Robbie!
And the sprint is underway. Sprint controlled by Stiefel, ball forced under by Brett Lumen, turnover for the Falcons. Mercyhurst controlling the ball on the attack. Ball across to Showman. Showman throws down to Strong. In 2 meters is Dave Matulis working against number 23, Ben Rogers. Spaniard with the foul, ordinary foul, takes the shot wide of the cage. Air Force on the attack. Corino with the ball for the Falcons, looking for the outlet pass. Ball thrown up the pool to Womack. Womack swims in for the Falcons. Looking for Jakovic, working on the inside. Throws over to Stiefel. Stiefel to Womack. Womack attacking in, again looking for Jakovic. Throws back to Stiefel. Womack driving through. Stiefel takes the shot, blocked by Coate. Mercyhurst on the attack. 7:21 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Mercyhurst forwarding the ball up the pool by number 2, Alex Strong. Strong looking to pass the ball up on the left-hander side to get it into their center man, number 9, Dave Matulis. Strong at point, passes down to the wing again. Shot from the wing, controlled by Caleb Guarino. Pulled outside, Guarino comes up with it in the scramble. Guarino looking for Air Force on the counterattack. Guarino passes the ball up to Stiefel on the right-hander side of the pool. Stiefel pushes the ball, Air Force up. Stiefel moving into 5, passes down, shot off the post by Andy Santala. Looks like it's Mercyhurst ball. White moves the ball down the left-hander side of the pool. Air Force is down on their counter D. Ben Rogers making up for the Air Force man down on the counter D. Number 14, David Globin, looking to pass to number 11, Schumann. Schumann looking for a foul. 3 Mercyhurst Lakers up top, passing around. Oh, great steal by Kevin Womack, and he's on the counterattack. Womack, one man on his heels, looks for the foul. Gets a 5-meter inside the 5. Great play by Kevin Womack, making the steal, blowing through his man, pushing himself down the pool to get the Air Force 5-meter shot. To take the penalty shot, we have Andy Santala.
Number 11, Garrett Showman with the red card, contesting the call made by the referee. Great work by number 10, Kevin Womack, drawing the 5-meter, working, making a second effort, draws that 5-meter. Santala in to take the penalty shot for the Falcons with 6:02 remaining in the fourth quarter. Santala takes the shot, scores for the Falcons, extends Air Force's lead to 4 for the first time in the game. Score is Air Force 9, Mercyhurst 5 with 6:02 remaining in the game. Mercyhurst on the attack, looking to answer back, looking to shrink Air Force's lead here. As time ticks away in the fourth quarter. McDonald with the ball. Throws down to Ariza. Ordinary foul called. Lopez with the ball. Ball thrown, intended for number 8. Stolen by Stedman. Stedman makes a great interception. Falcons ball, Falcons on the attack. Stedman slowing things down for the Falcons, giving his offense a chance to set up. Ball called out. Referee error, referee timeout. 5:39 remaining in the game. We will see what the call is here. Referee error. Time will be reset to the time that the penalty shot was taken. Mercyhurst will have another offensive opportunity. Not sure exactly what the call being made here is, but if it is a correctable error, the referees are allowed to go back to the spot of that the error was made and reset the clock then. That's clearly the case here. Game clock reset to 6:02. Mercyhurst back on offense. McDonald again with the ball. Throws over to Ariza. Ariza back to McDonald. McDonald over to the Spaniard. Spaniard looking into 2 meters. Stedman with another great steal. The water polo gods intervening here, allowing the same play to take place.
He's holding it.
Stedman pounced on by number 8, Colin McDonald. Klinger making the move on offense, being guarded by Hamilton. Hamilton draws the ordinary foul, breaks up the play. Great defense by Hamilton. Strong takes the shot for the Lakers, scores, shortens the Air Force lead back to 3. That's goal by the junior driver out of Long Beach, California, number 2, Alex Strong. Score is Air Force 9, Mercyhurst 6 with 5:25 remaining in the game. Air Force will look to answer on their after goal play, looking to extend their lead once again. Guarino with the ball for the Falcons. Ball thrown to Vecino. Vecino makes a great move. Questionable pass, but Vecino did a great job controlling it. Ball over to Duncan. Duncan throws to Stedman. Stedman finds the net once again. Great cut drive by Stedman. Catches the ball clean off a great pass by Duncan. Stedman scores. 5:07 remaining in the game. Puts Air Force back up by 4. Score is Air Force 10. Air Force 10, Mercyhurst 6. Stedman making big plays late in the game. Both teams looking to strategize here on the timeout. Air Force with a comfortable 4-goal lead, looking to regroup, give their guys a chance to catch their breath and play good defense here at the last 5 minutes of the game. Mercyhurst looking to make some offensive changes, hoping to generate some offense, get a quick goal here to give them a chance to come back in the fourth quarter of this ball game. Coat with the ball. Starts off the Lakers' possession. Ball thrown over to Howe. Some confusion on the Air Force team defensively. Ball thrown over to Strong. Strong walking up. Howe. O'Globin looking to isolate on the 1-2 side of the pool. Shot taken by number 3, Brett Lumen. Shot block lands in the lap of O'Globin. O'Globin makes a great effort. Ball tipped out, thrown to number 10. Ty Schraber, formerly number 6, now wearing number 10 for the Lakers, gets that goal off. Sorry for the confusion. Shrinks the Air Force lead to 3 goals, putting Mercyhurst at 7 goals. 4:43 remaining in the game. Air Force will look to answer back. Guarino with the ball for the Falcons. Stedman gets the ball from Guarino. Hamilton and Johnson running a pick in 2 meters. Hamilton working, being guarded by number 8, Colin McDonald. Vecino with the ball, looking for Hamilton. Enters the ball. Hamilton makes the move, loses the handle. Ball a little too close to the goalie. Coat able to clear the ball for the Lakers. Mercyhurst on the attack. Ball thrown up to the Spaniard, Isaac O'Globin, swimming the ball up the field for the Lakers. This Laker offense looking very tired up at altitude. Short entry pass deflected by number 17, Dom Vecino, stolen by number 9, Brad Duncan. Air Force on the attack. Guarino once again controlling the ball for the Falcons, giving them time to set up on offense. Ball thrown up the right side to Vecino. Vecino looking for a pass. Advancing his position, crosses the ball to Johnson. Johnson looking for Kamai in 2 meters, thrown into Stedman. Stedman attacked by number 4, Isaac O'Globin. Ejection called. Air Force the 22nd man advantage with 3:35 remaining in the fourth period. Vecino with the ball, over to Johnson. Johnson to Stedman. Stedman attacking in with the ball. Back to Johnson. Johnson over to Duncan, the lefty, looking to make the pass, throws into Hamilton, and scores! That is Hamilton's 4th goal of the game. Number 14, the senior out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, extends Air Force's lead to 4 goals once again. With 3:21 remaining in the 4th quarter, the score is Air Force 11, Mercyhurst 7.
Great eye by Brad Duncan. He's sitting in the left-hander's position on a 6-on-5, man-up advantage for Air Force. He can see the pool, see the white hats in between the blue, and he sees fellow senior, Andrew Hamilton sitting up at the post, no one around him, able to hit him with the ball, and he'll come up with a goal for Air Force.
Great ball movement by the Falcons. Easy goal there, extends their lead back to 4. Mercyhurst will look to answer on this after-goal play. McDonald controls the ball for the Lakers. Ball thrown to Klinger, ordinary foul called.
Keep pushing him, man.
Joey Ryan working in 2 meters for the Lakers, being guarded by number 2, Riley Quinlan. Ball thrown to Jack Howe. Howe faking, crosses the ball to the Spaniard. Spaniard throws to Lumen. Lumen takes the shot from downtown, shot over the cage. Air Force on the attack. 2:58 remaining in the game. Gorino makes the pass up to Carr on the right side of the pool. Carr looking, crosses the ball to Sansela. Sansela attacking in with the ball, throws up to Quinlan. Jakovic working in for the Falcons. Carr with the ball for the Falcons, throws to Quinlan. Quinlan takes the shot, deflected out of bounds by Brett Lumen. Mercyhurst on the attack. 2:36 remaining in the game. Ball thrown up the right side of the pool to Lumen. Relayed down line to McDonald. McDonald swimming the ball up the pool for the Lakers. Ryan again working in 2 meters, being guarded by Sansela this time. Ball crossed over to Howe. Howe to the Spaniard. Womack looking to make the steal, can't quite get it, ordinary foul called. Spaniard legs up, takes the shot, blocked by number 1, Caleb Gorino. Another great save for Gorino. Air Force on the attack, 2:10 remaining in the game. Gorino controlling the ball for the Falcons. Ball thrown down line to Carr on the right side of the pool. Ball thrown up to Sansela. Jakovic working in 2 meters for the Falcons. Ball back to Carr, back to Sansela. Sansela attacking in. Defense coming. Ball set to Jakovic. Jakovic makes the turn. Ball deflected off the head of number 1, Matt Coate. But Jakovic being held by Jack Howe, draws the exclusion foul. Ball mishandled by Womack. Air Force turnover, Mercyhurst on the attack. Some substitution here. Mercyhurst slow, getting back to full strength after the ejection. 1:35 remaining in the game. Jordan Hodor in the pool for the Lakers for the first time, coming in to relieve Jack Howe. Spaniard with the ball. Finds Brett Lumen. Lumen with another great shot. Off-speed shot goes over the head of number 1, Caleb Gorino. 1:21 remaining in the 4th quarter. Air Force lead once again shortened to 3 goals. Score is Air Force 11, Mercyhurst 8. Air Force will look to answer here on their after-goal play, look to extend that lead once more in the 4th quarter. Gorino controlling the ball for the Falcons. Falcons slow to set up their offense, looking to burn as much of that clock as they can with each possession. Stiefel with the ball. Ball to Womack. Jakovic working in 2 meters. Womack over to Carr. 50-50 pass, recovered by Carr. Back to Womack. Womack walking in, takes the shot, blocked out of bounds by number 18, Jordan Horter. Tangle up between number 22, Andy Sansela, and number 14, Isaac O'Globin. Sansela ejected after the tangle up. Mercyhurst takes a timeout with 57 seconds remaining in the game, looking to draw an offense, looking to score something right here at the end, hopefully give them a chance to take this game into overtime. Score is Air Force 11, Mercyhurst 8. Mercyhurst will need to be very productive very quickly into this possession to have a chance to take this game into overtime.
Let's go, Air Force!
Both teams back in the pool. Mercyhurst on the 22nd man advantage. 57 seconds remaining in the game. Ball thrown to Ariza. Ariza over to the Spaniard. Back to Ariza. Mercyhurst looking to move the ball. Ariza walking in. Offensive foul called. Looks like that was on number 18, Jordan Hodor, Air Force on the attack. Getting a little over aggressive there. Offensive advantage, offensive foul called against the Lakers, definitely hurting them as they lose their man advantage. Stedman working on the right side of the pool, draws an exclusion on number 14, Isaac O'Globin. Will give the Falcons a 22nd man advantage. Ball over to Johnson. Johnson to Stedman. 26 seconds remaining in the game. Stedman looking to slow things down, calm his team down. Ball over to Vicino. Air Force really spreading things out on offense. 1 second difference between shot and game clock here in the last seconds of the fourth quarter. Quinlan with the ball. Ball over to Johnson. Johnson holding the ball, spreading things out. 4 seconds remaining. Quinlan jumps the ball. 1 second. Mercyhurst will get the ball with 1 second. They'll have one last shot. It looks like it's Matt Coate who will get the ball for the Lakers. Puts the ball in play, not going to take the shot. At the final score, Air Force 11, Mercyhurst 8.
What would I do without you?
That was Air Force's final home game of the season. Thanks for your attendance. Ride home safe.